Radio. Wrestling podcast featuring Ramen Bomber and Rab and the one and only Peanut. Woo! Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Bitches.
Color sissy Marys that enjoy penis in their butt. Ron, I gotta go and be the demon again. Oh, by the end of it, Braun Strowman's gonna be covered in more than just Finn Balor's face paint.
Oh my god.
Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome to Jobber Radio. I'm Jake, aka Bomber. You guys need to check us out on YouTube. Just type in Jobber Radio. We're gonna fucking pop up, I promise you that. And over on Twitter, at Jobber Radio. Give us a little follow. We talk about all kinds of stuff, including the JRPL, which is the Jobber Radio Prediction League. Go on the website, jobberradio.com. You can predict all the pay-per-views. You compete against people. It's fun. You win titles. You do all kinds of stuff. And you just need to check it out because I think it makes the pay-per-views a lot more fun. But today, we're talking Jobber Radio. We're here, and he's back. Matt Zion, he's here. What's going on?
I didn't want to interrupt your mojo, but I had a good spot where I could interrupt you and say, when you were like, oh, the Jobber Lady Radio Prediction League, and I was going to be, the thing that Bomber always reminds me to do an hour before.
Yep, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Yes, I'm finally back. Sorry I missed so many of these. Lots of either work issues or personal problem, like just all kinds of a hurricane of bullshit. So, but I made it a point. I wanted to do this again, and we're also, just to plug it out, we're doing this live on Twitch as well. If you're listening to after the fact, you can go to Twitch on Reckless Eating, and whenever I'm a part of it, I try to do this live and tickle nipples.
There you go. And speaking of hurricanes, real quick, Rab cannot be here because he lives in Florida. His power is back on, but he does not have internet. So again, he is going to miss the show. But we do have Scott. Scott, what's going on, and what do you have going on?
Hey, we don't have any hurricanes up here, thankfully.
Yes. Wait till Jose gets up there.
No, it's never going to hit central Canada.
I know.
Don't worry, global warming's got a ways to go. It'll come. We know, but not yet. No, my stuff's over at guiltypleasurecinema.com, Cyclops Scott on YouTube. And as far as what's going on, I'm actually going to be doing video work at a local convention called ThunderCon next weekend here in Thunder Bay. So if anybody's in Thunder Bay, I know there's at least one listener who's like, I'm in Thunder Bay. Yeah, I'll be there. So, yeah, check it out.
Thundercock or ThunderCon?
I was going to say Thunder Cunt.
Can it be Thunder Dong?
See Cyclops
Scott.
Options
at for the spin-off one, but
yeah,
okay. I want to go to those.
See Cyclops Scott at Thunder Cunt.
Yeah, it is.
That's the thing that got said now.
And we have Lee. What's going on, and what are you doing? Are you going to Thunder Cunt?
I wish, because that sounds like a good time, but apparently not. No, I'm just sitting here. That's about it. But you can find my movie podcast, They Must Be Destroyed on Sight, on tmbdos.podbean.com. And the next movie we're going to be covering is a little tribute to the late Toby Hooper, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So that'll be the next episode. So there you go.
God damn it!
I like how you were like, no, I'm just sitting here.
No?
Nope. Just sitting here. That's Lee's on your gravestone. So, no, just sitting here.
About sitting here. And I'm just going to say it. I still haven't got an invite to any of your shows yet. When am I going to be on? I've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm just saying. I haven't got that invite yet.
You're invited.
I don't know when it happens.
You have to give them the real invite. You can't just say, oh, of course you're invited. Don't fucking tell them.
Anyway, we got a lot to talk about today. We got No Mercy coming up. But before we talk about No Mercy, a couple little bullet points, a couple little things to talk about before that. We got the big thing that I watched and that I enjoyed for the most part, the Mae Young Classic, which Matt Zion apparently has a lot to add to this.
I have a lot to say.
Okay, so what do you want to say about the Mae Young Classic before we actually talk about it?
Well, I feel like they underutilized Lita. She was a dark horse going into this tournament, And I feel like if Lita had squared off against Trish Stratus,
Nope.
Like, why did they put the two greatest of all time in the first round? And the fact that Santino Marella didn't at least get to the third round dressed in drag really, really, really pisses me off.
Yep. So none of that happened. But we did have a good main event. I'm sad you guys haven't seen it yet. You need to check it out.
It's too much wrestling. There's too much.
What?
It's too much wrestling. I can't do it.
You can go on the network right now and watch this match. It's literally on the network, the Mae Young Classic Finals, and it's one match. That's it.
I have crippling arthritis. I can't click on anything.
Oh,
Somehow, I don't even know how this Twitch stream happened.
I have crippling. I don't give a shit about women's wrestling. All I fucking care about is how many fucking jabronis are they gonna feed to Asuka, and that's all I'm interested in. Seeing her kill bitches.
Oh,
the sexist one of the show, Lee.
Give her 1 month before they've completely ruined her and dropped the ball on her.
Yeah, I know, that's the sad thing. Then I'm gonna really not care.
Yeah.
Like, she should come in. Here's what I think they should do with her. They should, since apparently Sasha Banks has cancer when it comes to holding the title, they should have Alexa Bliss lose the title to Nia Jax and have Asuka come in and just fucking destroy her in a squash match and become champion. And just make her the monster of the roster.
I've heard the flip side is they're going to actually make Emma look strong in the 4-way so that Asuka can beat her. That's why she's getting the push lately.
No, that's wrong. That's. I mean, it may be right, but that's wrong. That may be right, but
doesn't
that's
mean she's going to win the title. But I wouldn't. I'm honestly not surprised at this point if it happens.
Yeah.
Just so Asuka can win it on Raw.
No. Like, SmackDown was such a better fit for her overall, but Raw just seems... Raw's division is just... They fucked it. They fucked Raw's division up the ass.
Well, there you go. There's our Mae Young Classic talk.
Well, hold on. there is fallout from that.
What do you mean?
Because, before the final, Triple H had a picture with Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler and said, "Win, lose, or draw, welcome to WWE." So they're both in.
Yeah.
They're both contracted in. And Sane is going to be at the next takeover in Houston for the women's title.
Yes.
And NXT's taping right now, so we don't know who the other ones are, but
yeah.
What does that say about the other wrestlers on the women's NXT roster right now that they're just going to throw Kairi Sane into the mix and give her the title basically? I'm of two minds of it. It makes the Mae Young thing look like a big deal. Yeah. But it also makes me think that you should have had NXT women also in the tournament.
Or that
like more of them.
Well, yeah, they had a few.
Asuka could have faced the winner of the tournament, and they could have announced that ahead of time and made it into a huge deal.
I wonder if that may have been their plan. Maybe.
I read that a lot of places. People were thinking that was the plan. And with the timing of it, Asuka is going to be fine by the time of that takeover because that's Houston at Survivor Series. So
she's already been wrestling like house shows and stuff.
There you go. So it's the other thing I heard was that the whole horsewomen feud has been scrapped.
Good, because who fucking cares?
There's the two sides of it because it was like the WWE horsewomen, Becky, Bayley, Charlotte, whatever, and the MMA horsewomen, which is basically Ronda Rousey plus 3. The rumor I heard was McMahon nixed it because Ziggler doesn't have a full contract, and yet no, she does.
There, but okay.
Yeah, you cut out. I know you.
Yeah,
you were like
what?
Because, and then it was dead silence, and you came back to like no explanation.
So remember, I said there's no hurricane. Yeah, a thunderstorm has literally started. Lightning is in the window. So hey, Thunder Bay.
All right, we'll repeat. Why did McMahon get rid of it?
Because there's no actual negotiation with Rousey even having a contract yet, and Baszler doesn't have one either. And yet Triple H said, "Welcome to WWE to Baszler." I don't know what to believe on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, "Nah, this isn't worth it," and nixed the whole horsewomen thing. Because I heard that was going to be a Survivor Series team match. The horsewomen versus the horsewomen.
Yeah, no way they'd be getting that quick. No way they'd be ready for that.
They're not going to give up on Ronda, I don't think, yet. But they're not going...
Who wants to see that until they actually like introduce the horsewomen and make it known? Like, everyone knows Ronda Rousey. Everyone remembers her appearance at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. Everyone would be jazzed to see her in a program with somebody.
Sure, yeah.
But, I mean, the horsewomen, who the fuck are they? They might as well be the Lost Bariquas as far as anyone's concerned.
And that's what they were trying to do with the tapings of the Mae Young Classic, but they were like Ronda was at the final, but
she was in the other ones too.
Yeah, well, but the others like Jessamine Duke and I forget the other one were actually at the classic tapings, but only Ronda was at this one. So.
Ronda is the only one that is going to draw a dime, and her drawing like power is nowhere near what it would have been had they been allowed to use her before she, basically her MMA career is done. Like it's
she's done.
The other ones, if they want to make money off of them, the only way they're going to do that is if they build them up from scratch in NXT. Nobody gives a fuck about these people.
Yeah, like Baszler. No, it's like Baszler. That's the only way. Like, get them over time, make it work.
So first of all, I watched the match. The match was pretty solid. Baszler I think she looked pretty good. She looked, to me, she looked better than Sane. I know that sounds like kind of weird, but everybody's huge on Sane. But Shayna Baszler, I wasn't that big on her throughout the earlier rounds, but she looked really good. She is like totally in control. She sold really good, and she played a great like powerhouse female. So and I know she's a lot like a lot of these girls. She doesn't have that much experience on her belt, but I am pretty excited for her, maybe more than Sane, to actually get involved in something and move on up. I know she doesn't have the crazy look and stuff, and she looks like Baron fucking Corbin, but it doesn't. I mean, still.
Now, does she look like Baron Corbin or Baron Corbin's stomach?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
But no, I agree because it's a unique character compared to all the other women.
Yeah, and she seems to play the brute female like very good.
Yeah.
At least in
it's not a.
Yeah.
It's like a Ken Shamrock type, not a Brock type, but it's like a Ken Shamrock. Like there's some legit.
She looks like the villain from Kick-Ass 2, right? Like the Russian.
Right.
No, that's Jazzy Gabbert.
I haven't seen.
Oh, it's a different one. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's the big German. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
I really like.
We love her too. So
I liked her too. I did like her too.
Yeah.
Sad she lost in the first round. That was a surprise. But
at least these girls are actually trained wrestlers, and they're in this business to be trained wrestlers instead of fucking supermodels that they just put lingerie or wrestling gear on depending on what night it is.
Yeah, I was surprised. There was a lot of females in the Mae Young Classic that were not quote unquote like super hot. So I was kind of I know it sounds weird to say I was pumped about that, but
it's because Triple H. That's because once again 72-year-old Vince needs to go away, and they need to give the company to Triple H because he's proven time and time again he will put on compelling TV, while Vince, generally speaking, there's some good thing on SmackDown we'll talk about, but Vince, for the most part, is out of touch, and his product sucks since born.
To that note, I trust Triple H to pull off a horsewomen feud, but when you actually execute it and you're looking at Survivor Series and the main stuff, Vince is like, nah. I can absolutely see where the trajectory of that feud just died. Right, like you can see where it went. Oh, now it's in Vince's hands.
Yeah, it's dead.
Like it's unknown women against people not even with the company. Why would we bother? It's like no.
Who are these ugly idiots? Oh, they're not.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, I will. The last thing I'm going to say about it is I would like to see it, but of course, as we're talking about, you got to at least build it up some. It could definitely. I would definitely not want to see it by a Survivor Series. They have to first of all get fucking trained. They can't do anything until they're trained and ready to go. Baszler looked really good, so I would be excited to see a 4-on-4 match at some point. That would be a huge match that they would put out there at some point, especially with Ronda in there. But
that would be something. Sorry,
I was gonna say they can make it work. That's all I can.
Yeah, that'd be something I'd say for WrestleMania. Like build up a storyline, get them trained, get them ready. Depending on how good they actually are as you're training them, maybe just choreograph the match. For a few months,
if anything, I saw Shayna can be the fucking workhorse. She was fucking. She did good out there. She could be the workhorse of the team
because all Ronda Rousey has to do is run into the ring for a hot tag, smash a bunch of people with forearms, and put someone in an arm bar. That's all she needs to do.
Judo throws, yeah. But I do suggest everybody listening and you guys at least check out the main event or check out a couple matches. The Kylie Sane versus Belair. I always forget her first fucking name. Match was pretty.
Fresh Prince.
Yes, was fucking great. You guys need to check that out. But
Lee's
that's also a
just upset
person
that
that
Serena
really
didn't make it long. That's all.
I'm mad. Mia Yim lost. So
Serena had a boob reduction too. That was really disappointing.
Oh, I'm glad she lost.
Who?
Terrible.
You're mad? Who lost?
Serena Deeb.
Oh. You're mad she lost because she had a breast reduction. Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
how dare she be? How dare she be comfortable? She should be whapping those big old flappy boob milk producers for my enjoyment.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm just sad Mia Kim lost. But anyway, that's enough Mae Young talk. We're going to move on. Before we go to No Mercy, let's talk about the big thing that happened this past week. We're talking Vince McMahon. We're going over to SmackDown.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What do you got? Oh, okay. Yeah, first of all, Lee, what did you not like?
This was fucking stupid.
Oh, my God.
There's no goddamn way a 72-year-old guy should be taking a fucking solid fucking headbutt like that. I don't even like Vince McMahon. I don't even like Vince McMahon. I don't even care about his health and safety.
From a practical safety standpoint, he shouldn't have done it.
So from a safety standpoint, you don't like it. But it wasn't good?
I didn't think it was good.
It turned out good in the same way that Chris Jericho punched Shawn Michaels' wife. But it shouldn't have happened.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Oh wow, Jake! I think we're having a divide here.
I know. I don't know why. What's going? How is this not good? This was like one of the best things I've seen in a while.
Headbutt a 72-year-old.
It's showing you how vicious and how Kevin Owens don't give a fuck.
Kevin Owens could have clotheslined Vince McMahon and punched him in the head until he opened up that fucking pre-cut.
About it, though. Nobody would have talked about
sure they would have.
Or any of that.
No, I agree. I agree with Matt 100%, but it's still dumb for Vince to be like, yeah, sure, headbutt me. It's like,
Well, and I would argue, and I think all of us will be in agreement over this. You know, Vince was backstage going like, "You hit me as hard as."
No, absolutely.
And you got to give him
someone's got to be like, man. Vince, no. I give him all the credit in the world for doing something stupid.
Oh my God!
I'm not giving him credit for being a moron.
He took a legit blow to the head.
I'm so blown away by that. I thought that we were going to come in here and everybody was going to be on the same page here. And
I will look back on this and be like, that was an awesome moment that led towards something that made me more interested in this match than it possibly could have been otherwise. But wow, why did he take a blow to the head legitimately?
No, I didn't care.
That doesn't work. That if it was a chair, it would have been the same thing. Like, what the fuck are you doing? That's dumb.
I don't think it's as vicious of a spot as.
It's just a headbutt.
It's just a headbutt. Okay, heads colliding. Have we not learned about anything about the head injuries and shit?
I don't know. I'd rather take a headbutt than take a steel chair to the face unprotected.
Yeah. Neither's good.
Chairs to the face unprotected. I would much rather take a headbutt.
I don't know. You guys are sounding pretty soft right now.
Like there was no reason for a legitimate headbutt.
I mean, the reason is that we're talking about it right now, and everybody else. Again, if it had any other thing, nobody would have cared. He could have straight up punched Vince as hard as he could, and nobody would have cared. But the fact that he headbutted Vince, nobody's ever done that before, and that's what they were going for. They wanted Kevin to do something to Vince that no one has ever done. I would say what's unnecessary was the super kick and the attack after. They didn't even need to do that.
He was making a statement. I had no problem with any of it.
The headbutt made the statement. It was Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe. It was. Yeah.
No, Vince is 72 fucking years old. He didn't need because that super kick was pretty fucking stiff. And again, Vince probably Vince, but just the headbutt's all they needed. They just need him to headbutt Vince and just walk out like a boss. Like he didn't need to. That was a Vince McMahon ego thing where he's like, "Damn it, I'm gonna get back up and you're gonna put me down." It's like, no, just take the headbutt and it's good. That's it. That's all.
It's just so goddamn stupid though. This is a company that right now has an open lawsuit about head injuries going against them, and they have a fucking corporate investors, shareholders, advertisers who don't want this shit. Yet Vince McMahon will just be like, "Fuck them, headbutt me, headbutt me."
That's how Vince is. He gets what he wants.
No blood. You can always look at it like, oh, he went too far. Oh, he connected.
Yeah, he even bled on the no bleed policy. I mean, it's his fucking company.
There were people saying that like, oh well, what they probably did was they had him blade, and then they put like this stuff. And I'm like, no, like Kevin Owens knows how to make people bleed.
When you watch it, Vince falls on his ass. is staring up, and the blood just comes out.
Yeah.
Like, he legit hardway headbutt him.
Yeah, he hardwayed him.
Yeah,
for sure.
no, it
That's
was
hard to
great.
hard.
It's so fucking stupid. I'm just thinking
Wow.
about fucking Shibata, who nearly died earlier this year from a fucking headbutt.
Yeah, I mean, all safety concerns aside, obviously he shouldn't be doing it, but
This
Vince
is
is
crazy.
72. Here's the thing. Vince is a 72-year-old man. He can make his own decisions on his own health and his own safety.
That's true.
I think because maybe this is what it is, Jake, because me and you did wrestling, I feel like I made some very questionable decisions where I was like, yeah, totally put me on this table, cover me in tacks, and jump off the top of a trailer through me. So I mean, I understand where it comes from. Where I don't really care. I'll put my safety on the line for a cool spot. So it was up to Vince. Like, if Vince wanted to do it, then Vince decided to do it. And I don't give a shit.
No, that's fine. But here's the other thing. Here's the bottom line. It's building up heat for a match I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck about Kevin Owens versus a McMahon. I don't want to see a McMahon of any stripe.
Not this
Not
argument
Shane.
again. Not
I'm
this
done-
shit
I'm
again.
done-
Well, that's
I'm
where
done
it's
with
going,
Shane.
Bomber. You
I
know
don't
this.
want to see fucking Shane in a fucking Hell in a Cell. Like, why? Who
It's
the
gonna be a
fuck
good
wants
match.
to see that match?
I want to
It's
see
not
that
gonna
match.
Be a
It's
good
gonna-
match.
It is going to be
No.
a good match. It is going to be a good match.
It's
It'll be
going to
fun.
go back.
Shane
the same way
always
it
puts
was
on
for-
a good fucking match.
No,
I
he
don't-
doesn't. Shane is going to blow up 5 minutes into the match. He's going to throw his shitty little bullshit, weak ass pussy punches.
That's probably
And he's
going to
gonna-
bust open.
And he's going to get thrown around by Kevin Owens, and it's not going to do anything for Kevin Owens at all.
Okay.
I'm done with the McMahons being prompt. Like, Shane was so fresh when he came back, right? Everybody's like, "Oh, this is so
Sure, he's
good,"
been gone for
and
years,
now
yeah.
he's just kind of lingered. He's not really doing anything, and then they put him into this feud with Kevin Owens, and I don't buy it. I don't know. I don't buy this feud. It just felt kind of lackluster with their whole build with AJ going into it, and now this. The problem is with this, no one, like, unless Shane does something fucking insane, I don't think anybody's going to remember anything about this feud other than the fact that Kevin Owens headbutted Vince McMahon. Like, that's the
what he's
only
going
thing.
to do. I mean, they're probably going to have him jump off the fucking cage or some bullshit, just more garbage. That
Well, he's going to win. I mean,
I think-
like, Shane
No.
has yet to win a match since he came back,
Nope.
so he's gonna beat Owens.
Nope, Owens wins.
I
No,
don't know.
he's gonna be-
That's it. Yeah, I'm with
I think Owens
Zion on
wins
this one.
because this is Owens on his anti-authority thing, and I think it's going to lead to him and Triple H at Mania.
It doesn't matter though. It has nothing
and
to do
Triple
with
H.
logic. It's just
Yep.
Shane.
It's
to
McMahon.
win.
Triple H will have to put down his own creation.
Oh God.
although they've never really fostered that storyline. They sort of dropped it before they even
dropped it,
sort of
yeah.
started it, right?
That doesn't mean they
never-
won't do it. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
well, the thing to the headbutt, real quick. In the only argument I can see is that he's old. The straight headbutt. I don't think that's if that's not your guys' reason that you didn't like it, right? That it was just a headbutt. It's that he was old.
No, it's not. Okay, just a
No.
headbutt is the wrong word as well. The idea this angle.
So
will
you
not
guys
get any
just
better
didn't
than-
like it
but
because it
hold on.
was a
No.
headbutt, right?
No. I don't like the fact that he legitimately headbutt a 72-year-old. I don't like the fact that the angle probably peaked right there at that moment.
Man, I wait.
Oh,
It's not going to
man.
get any better than that.
Yeah,
It
but
is-
without
The match-
that, I wouldn't care at all. So
No,
now
but
I
it's not
care a
gonna
little
get
bit.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I still don't care.
I care a little bit. Yeah.
I don't care. I don't like the fucking
Well,
headbutt.
the
I
good
don't
thing
like
is
the
we all
fucking
have
angle.
different opinions.
This goes
That's
back
good.
to the whole head injury thing, and I just don't like the idea of it happening. Like it doesn't work. Like it's like, someone should have been like Vince. No, well, I'm doing it. All right.
It
Well, it's
works.
his
It
company,
works.
so-
Like no one can tell him
No,
no.
it
And
just continues a dangerous precedent in fucking pro wrestling. The
Right.
one thing I really hate in New Japan is the fact that they still do headbutts all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay. Okay, so I have an argument against that. The difference between Japan using headbutts all the time and this was a specific angle. It was a one-time thing with Kevin Owens, who I've seen him do headbutts all the time on the indie scene when he was in PWG or
Sure.
Ring of Honor. Like, that was one of his things. If you're going to be headbutted, Kevin Owens is probably one of the safest guys to do it to you. And it's not like Japan, because in Japan they use that as a regular offense. Like, this is just something they do all the time. This was a specific spot, and it was intended to get people to talk, and we all talked, and Vince was cool with it. And obviously Kevin Owens wasn't going to say no to Vince, and he
you
was
can
cool.
still do the headbutt safely without fucking going hard way on Vince McMahon. You still could have done it, and it still would have looked fine.
It wouldn't have looked good, though, because headbutts are one of those things where when we used to wrestle, one of the guys on the roster he loved giving headbutts, and like they always look like shit.
Well,
because
no.
either you go all in or you're doing the whole like pretending, and it's either you.
No. Watch Bret Hart. He
No,
used to
you can do
all the
headbutts
time.
in a match. You could definitely do, because I was kind of I like to do headbutts wrestling too, and I thought they looked really good. But just a little humble brag there. But no, the thing is, in a match, it's so much easier to do it. But at a moment where you're standing still and everybody's staring at you, it's really hard to pull off a fake headbutt in that aspect. I mean,
let's compare it to the other instance of that, Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle.
yeah.
It's
he legitimately
literally
headbutted him, though.
the same thing. And
Same exact thing.
What's your argument here, though? Yeah, I know,
Wasn't-
and that was
wasn't-
that was
wasn't into that either.
Joe and Angle.
and that was
wasn't-
intense as fuck. Yeah, I mean, it shows
Yeah,
a lot of intensity.
That worked. That was good. There's no reason for Vince to
Well,
take it.
see, the
Just,
best thing is we're
if
just
it
going
was
in
Shane, I'd
circles.
still be like, dude, that's why'd you do that? That's dumb. But
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, a 70-year-old shouldn't be doing that. Like there's
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's his decision
There's
to make.
so
though,
many-
not
True.
yours.
True.
No.
Yeah.
He's a grown man. He's an old fuck. It's his
Yeah.
decision.
Rich
if he
motherfucker.
wants
I just
to.
look at it from the whole aspect of combat sports and repeated trauma. There's a certain point where your knockout card gets checked, and you just can't take those anymore, and it starts to do real legitimate damage. When you're 70 years old, you're farther along on that.
Yeah, but
So-
how many concussions has he even had? Not nearly what a normal
Yeah, I'll
worker
say.
would. So like his
He's
card.
70. He only needs one.
If
That's true.
anything, you
There you
guys
go.
should be happy, because it will lead quicker to Triple H taking over. If anything, so
Yeah, I mean,
you
yeah.
should be you should be happy about it.
You know what would have made me happy if it was Stephanie who took the fucking headbutt. There, I said it.
Whoa, man! The sexist league comes back out. Out
No,
of nowhere.
honestly, I kind of would. I agree with that, because that would have been so dastardly. Holy fuck, that's even more.
That's
evil.
more dastardly than doing it to a 7-year-old man. Okay,
I agree.
sure.
I agree. It's
Especially since Stephanie kind of ruined the angle later on in the show where she regained her composure really, really well for that
the
that
tournament.
other bit. Yeah.
Well-
So like, fuck off.
Well, I
No,
don't think we're
that's
definitely
kinda-
not gonna agree to anybody's opinions. I know Matt and I both liked it. You guys didn't like it, and I'm
no,
excited
no.
for the match.
I did like it. I just
What?
saw no reason for it. Or listen to the words I'm saying, Bomber. Fuck.
That
I'm-
makes no sense, Scott. That
I-
doesn't
I'm
make
pretty
any
sure
sense.
you
shouldn't have
kinda
done it.
said you didn't
I
like it.
liked what I saw, but they really shouldn't have done that.
Nah, if
That's
you
a
liked
weird-
it, then that means that it worked, and so they should have done it.
Yeah.
No, there's other ways they could have done it.
I think it
Is
worked
what
at helping get the match over and show that Kevin Owens is gonna do whatever the fuck it takes to put the McMahons down.
I
And
already believed that.
I don't know.
I hope this put the nail in the coffin, putting Vince
like,
out, putting him in check.
I think that this is the moment. They could fuck it up, but I think this is the moment where Kevin Owens became a main event guy. With that single headbutt, I went from because when he won the belt initially, the Universal title, I was super happy about it, but he
Sure.
never felt like a
Yeah, that was-
main event guy.
that
He
was
felt like
backup
somebody
plan.
who he felt like he was just a dude they gave the belt to that was a
Yeah.
upper Carter, good dude, great wrestler, but no, he never had that like feel. He didn't have that Randy Orton aura about him.
Ah.
Well, the moment that he headbutted Vince,
But you're right.
dude, in my opinion, the moment that Vince hit the mat, I was like, dude, Kevin Owens is now a main event guy. Like I just see
Yeah.
him in that capacity.
Vince
guess
can
what?
still do that. Yes,
And
absolutely.
guess what? And if Vince made that call and he made that move to make Kevin Owens that guy, that means it fucking worked. That means it worked.
That's
Yeah,
why I think it worked. 'Cause I think
we'll
at the end of
see
the
who
day-
he's. We'll see who Kevin Owens is jobbing to in a couple months.
Well, and I and having said that, yes, I think he's going to lose to Shane at the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
Which makes everything so much better. But no, he was definitely that whole SmackDown. The whole SmackDown episode, Kevin Owens started it. He had a couple of things backstage. He was all throughout that show for a whole 2 hours. He had like 4 or 5 segments. And it's hilarious because Jinder had one. The champ had one.
Yeah.
And it was pretty bad.
Oh, Jinder's not the main event. The main event was the headbutt.
Oh,
and hey, that's all Jinder needs because Jinder's that damn good.
Yeah, no.
Imagine if Jinder, they gave Jinder the headbutt to Vince spot. I'd just be like, I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
care at
No,
all.
Kevin Owens is
And-
good
and-
enough to pull that shit off.
And
yeah.
Jinder probably would have legit killed Vince McMahon with the headbutt.
Probably,
yeah. I agree.
But Vince would have gone out the way he loves. In
But-
front of
Yeah.
a vascular man.
Putting over Jinder Mahal.
And first of all, speaking of Jinder, what are you guys? Speaking of not being excited for a match, goddamn Jinder and Shinsuke, what the fuck? This
So
is so bad of a
Jinder
build-up. So bad.
was making fun of Shinsuke's faces and made a Godzilla reference.
Yeah,
so
and Pikachu as well.
Can
He
we
was
say
being
he's
racist.
racist, right?
Yeah.
That's right?
It's okay if another race does it. If it's another minority, then it's fine.
Yeah, I'm with Lee.
no.
I'm with Lee. They're both pretty much persecuted at this point, so they can be as racist as they want.
But
to
no,
each other.
That's okay.
He's
All right.
he's trying to like.
But his
be the
gimmick is
heel.
don't be racist.
Yes, he's like, hey, all you white people hate me. By the way, I'm facing this Japanese guy. Oh, he's screaming for Godzilla, and he's having Pikachu seizures out there. And I mean, sure, that's funny and stuff. But
is either of them a white man though?
no, but he's saying heel
then it's
things,
okay.
USA.
but being racist
USA.
as a heel.
USA.
You know how our media works nowadays. It's like basically, if you're a white dude, it's like, oh, that's not cool. But if you're anything else, yeah. Unless you're a black dude
I agree.
that gave some sass to some cops,
Yeah.
and then immediately you're in the wrong. But
They're so desperate to get Jinder over in some fashion at this point, like just to salvage something from him, that they've gone to the most base level, old school, carny fucking wrestling heat that you can do is racism. That's the last bastion of.
And it's because
This is-
Jinder doesn't have anything else backing him. That's why.
Yeah,
Giving up on him.
the only
I
other
think
thing
they're
they'll
not.
do is if they have some old grandmother planted in the audience and he goes over and slaps her in the
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
yeah,
He could have made fun of Shinsuke's mannerisms and shit, but then he's like, "Oh, Godzilla, Pikachu!" Like, oh,
I mean, like, I think the
What?
fact that Kevin Owens was the one involved, like, basically was the show, should let everybody know that Jinder's time is coming up. Like,
Yeah,
this is,
I
I think
hope
Vince has gotten bored, and so I think he's moved on to Kevin now. So I mean, I have a strong suspicion that Mr. Nakamura is more than likely getting the title.
oh yeah.
So do you
Well,
think?
that's the
go
better match. Jinder and Owens. That's way better.
Yeah, maybe
match.
that's what they're building up is Owens versus Nakamura. Like that's what their idea for like a Survivor Series or something is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's so obvious that Nakamura is going to win that they may not do it at Hell in a Cell.
Oh, you're right. But
I felt the
Please
same
don't.
way about what the fuck was
I
the
thought that last week, or
SummerSlam.
last month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt the same way about SummerSlam. And I was right, but I don't know if they'll do it again. That's the thing. So,
This gender experiment has been dead in the water since
sure.
his first defense.
and I
So
wish
it's-
I go back to when we were talking about this. I fucking was saying that the whole time, and I was getting
No,
you
no.
motherfuckers
Oh, yeah, no.
were like,
You
You
"Oh
were right,
no!"
but you couldn't have known.
No,
like
I'm,
you can
when he
say
won
you're
it,
right, but
He won it was fine. I liked it, and then I thought his first defense. I was like, you know what? There's still a chance here, but since then, it's been
Yeah.
a fucking dud. So
So
Yeah, don't try
you
to-
were right overall, but you can't be like, I knew it. I knew
Yeah,
all
don't-
that would
I-
play out.
Don't.
I was.
Don't
You
throw
can say
some-
you
Me and
were
Rab
right,
both
you-
said that.
No,
No, but-
Rab's not here to fucking speak up. Don't throw all this hyperbole at it all of a sudden, like, oh, we were like so much in love with Jinder, and oh, we just want to suck Jinder's dick. No, we were just like, we're gonna give it a chance.
Yeah,
And
but it is
after the
vascular.
first, yeah, and he is vascular, damn vascular.
He was.
But after the first chance,
Is.
we were all like, yeah, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So
You know what's-
don't try
I-
to.
And I was the
You
one
were
that
right.
says
You can
and
say
said
I told you so, but we were like, yeah.
I was the one that me and Rab both. I remember we were the
Yeah.
only two that were like, no, this is not going to be good at all. This is going to be bad.
And that's
mean-
fair and merited, but in the moment, hope.
Sure.
The only
Hope is-
person that has to blame though for Jinder not doing well is Jinder, because
Oh,
I don't think it's WWE's fault. Just everything they handed him, he just was mediocre at best.
No,
Yeah.
you've said it before, Matt, how he never really stepped up to be main event type,
No.
where some
No,
do.
he's still-
He just literally was still punchy kicky.
And
There
He's
was
like
nothing else.
he's like a mid card guy
I-
trying to wrestle at a main event level.
I think you're wrong.
And it's so apparent.
I think you're wrong. Well, I agree that he's definitely mediocre, but I think WWE is to blame for some of this.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I
Well,
do
what did WWE do to sabotage him?
because
Well, I mean, they put him in with Orton for 3 months in a row. That could have been a
Yeah,
problem.
that's kind of
Not-
sabotage right
Shinsuke
there.
is a weird fucking variation of.
But in WWE's eyes, though, Orton is the shit. I mean, obviously,
exactly.
they
if Orton wants
Orton's
to
only
stink it
second
up-
to Cena.
But if
No.
Orton wants to stink it up, he can. So he could have been
I
sabotaging.
can get
I
wrong.
don't. I don't think he was stinking it up at all, though. I think
No.
he was trying to get Jinder over because of the simple fact that Orton had to lose the belt to Jinder. He's like, I don't want people to see Jinder as a fucking jobber that beat me.
Agreed.
So let's try to make him into a main event guy.
No. Here we go. Now I can say something. Here it is.
No.
This is why the point that I'm trying to make here is why that it was WWE's fault for the most part, I think. They didn't give him a clean win ever in any of his matches against Orton or his match against Shinsuke. Any other wins he gets, it's not going to be a clean win. You can't believe a guy is a main event world champion without getting at least one. They could have gave him the first 2 wins or the first win or the second win, whatever, against Orton, or definitely at least the 3rd win against Orton, a clean win. None of them were clean. Against Shinsuke, not clean. That is the big downfall there. They gave nobody hope to like really buy in that he was a main event heel, and that's why I think they fucking.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
but I mean, even Ric Flair has gone down that road. It's not just how the win ends up; it's the journey through.
Fantastic analogy right there.
No, it's the ending. Like the match itself is punch kick, slam, punch kick. But I cheat to win.
Never won fair and square.
Ever. You're saying he's never won. He never won
Brett,
fair.
When he was a bad guy, had it, and even Vader had Harley Race help him out.
But
like,
yes, all those people were established before.
No, but it's not just the cheat to win. I mean, Miz is the best comparison. Miz cheated to win a lot, but it's like it makes him a beatable guy. I remember thinking about Flair then too, and I know you hate it when I bring that up, but it's that kind of thing. He was a beatable guy because he'll do dirty shit to win, but it's still entertaining up until that point because he does stuff. Jinder doesn't do much of anything.
Yeah, he does.
That is a problem, and I hate it because I'm like, oh god, he could have stepped it up a little bit. I just think he was lost.
Not one. He hasn't had one.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And Flair had legit wins. Flair built himself up to the point where he was considered a world-class guy. So when he pulled that shit where he was desperately trying to hold on to the title, it was more interesting because it built up heat. It built up who's going to take the title from this motherfucker that we all hate. But with Jinder, it's like everyone just thinks he doesn't deserve to have the title in the first place, and he has no offense. Like he literally has no offense except for like one move. It's punch, kick, clothesline, Cobra Clutch, slam. That's it. Yeah. Like that's it. That's his fucking moveset. Like you can't do it.
I'm with you, Bomber, on part of it where it didn't help at all. Like it didn't help in the eyes of things, but he also was just boring to watch. Like you didn't get excited for a Jinder match.
No,
for the way you would think.
No,
this is interesting to watch. It's like it's just the punchy kick guy. This is going to be boring. I remember thinking that about some Attitude Era stuff. It was like it's just brawls. I don't care about brawls. I want wrestling. That is what it kind of is, but it's not even a brawl. It's just I punch and I kick. Yeah. I don't know the rest of the buttons on the controller. Is all I know.
I think he was focusing, Jinder being the who I'm talking about. I think he's focusing too much on like trying to get the character and the look, and I think he was trying to wrestle a main event style, but Jesus fucking Christ, more than just four moves total, Jinder. Like, good Lord, watch a Japan match and steal a couple moves like a normal goddamn WWE main eventer.
Oh just watch the Iron Sheik, for fuck's sakes. The Iron Sheik's title run is as short as it was. At least he was a legit guy who actually had like a bunch of suplexes and shit in his arsenal, so people could take him seriously.
I mean, even watch Great Khali.
Yeah,
he did random stuff too.
Well,
no,
I don't know about that.
Ever say that.
I would rather watch Jinder over the Great Khali. If I was strapped to a chair and they had my eyes forced open and they're like, okay, you got to choose 48 hours of Jinder Mahal matches or Great Khali. Obviously, I would scream, but once I stopped screaming, I would pick Jinder Mahal.
No, I'm saying if Jinder Mahal took his moveset and added in the entire Khali moveset,
he might squeezing his head like a basketball and chops. I mean, Khali wasn't necessarily
he had the best chops.
You picked the one example that has less moves than Jinder Mahal.
That's true.
I mean, I know Jinder's vascular and all, but doing the head chop isn't going to be as effective visually with him doing it compared to Khali. When Khali did that was like the one cool thing Khali did was that big head chop.
Chat has turned on you now, Scott.
Yeah, good. You can't pick Khali for anything. But speaking of SmackDown, let's move on. Speaking of SmackDown, anything else you want to talk about? There's one thing I definitely want to talk about, which is goddamn Dolph Ziggler.
I hate it.
Fuck this.
I hate it.
It's
on his way out. It's so dumb.
It's literally too meta. It's gone too far before it even started.
This is the end, folks.
Just fire him. Like, walk away.
What happened to? Remember we were talking about that whole there was that rumor they were like, oh, Cena and Ziggler are gonna feud over like Nikki, and it's gonna be like this thing where they like dated. I was like, well, what, like that they were rumoring that they were gonna have Ziggler kind of be like a ladies' man, right? Like he was gonna start coming out with like really, really hot girls, or like he would take Nikki and he'd be kind of like a Ric Flair. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. It sounds like a natural progression of the Dolph Ziggler character. He's got a lot of ego. He thinks he's hot as fuck. He thinks he's the best. Cool. No. Oh, instead, yeah, you're going to come out and do like spoofs on people's entrances and then be like, oh, I don't want to be entertaining and that's why you hate me. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's doing a garage sale version of the Charlie Haas character at the end of his run.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's not a fun one.
Haas was fun when he did it.
Yeah, Haas was fun.
Yeah, Haas was good. Haas actually had comedic timing and personality, as opposed to Ziggler, he just comes off as a whiny piece of shit that no one gives a fuck about.
Yeah, the question is, I mean, how it's a matter of time at this point. He's got to be going out soon.
What's weird though is you see him coming out there, like he did the Warrior thing and he shook the ropes and the crowd actually popped. And if he was on, he would have been like, "See, you proved my point," because is the gimmick. Like he's trying to say the mannerisms or the entrances is all people care about, and yet he does them and people pop, but he's not actually capitalizing on it.
He said the same exact lines, almost word for word, as he did the week before.
Yeah, I've heard rumor that this is leading to a feud with Bobby Roode. Good. Somebody's got to put Bobby with that.
Roode. Yeah, somebody's got to put Bobby Roode over.
I am okay with that, because that'll actually be a legit good match if Ziggler gives a shit.
Which, by the way, we haven't got.
You want to have an entrance feud? Okay, Roode will show you. Roode will come out and have fun with that. That's a good, where is this going, I think.
And Roode needs someone who's going to bump for him.
Yep.
Yeah, and Roode needs to, first of all, be fucking on TV again since his debut. That's the first step.
Hey, let's talk about that flip side where how it's Lesnar. It's like, oh, it makes you want to see him, right?
Well,
I mean, that's true.
Until people forget about him, because for
like,
us, yes. For us, yes.
This isn't Ty Dillinger. This is Bobby Roode. It's a bit different with this one.
I think the entire point of this, if they are doing Roode and Ziggler, is Ziggler's going to come out and do Roode's, entrance and kind of like fuck it up, make it look terrible, and then Roode will come out, do it the proper way, and just destroy him. Because I feel like he's going to be a babyface until they turn him eventually. Like I feel like he has that vibe because his entrance is good pop.
Jericho-like, where it's like, hey, we like seeing him. It's like, all right, cool. You like seeing me, cool. I'll be a dick later though. Don't worry, it'll be good. We'll get there.
Should have him team with AJ Styles in some feud or something like that, and then just turn on AJ in the fucking tag match.
Oh, AJ's perfect for that. Yeah.
But overall, Ziggler, man, what?
No, it's done.
So many shades of time. There's so many times where you're like, and the one I'm gonna bring up the most, where I feel like he did get fucked over, was the Survivor Series match where Sting debuted and where he like, dude, he was ready right there and then. The fans were eating up, they were good to go, and then all of a sudden they went back to just treating him like a fucking nobody.
And
when Roman came back from his suspension or whatever,
and it was a year before that when he had the ladder match with Cena and beat him in it. And like,
dude, when he beat Miz for the IC title, and the fans ate it up. That match was fantastic. And then right after, they just were like, just give it back to Miz, and that's the end of you again. Like I don't feel it's not 100% his fault. It's not like the way I feel with Jinder. I feel like Jinder just fucked it up.
No,
I feel like Ziggler has had many, many chances, and WWE kept cutting his legs out from under him. I think he's had a lot to do with it as well. His gimmick has been awful. Like he hasn't evolved as a character at all. And ironically enough, his current character is making fun of the fact that he hasn't evolved.
Yep.
Which,
well, I mean, it's very much similar to Ryder. Which sucks, because he should be there, and he's getting screwed over.
Nah, Ryder's just a jobber, though. I mean, he's just a...
But he still... He had chances.
And he keeps getting cut out from under him.
Yeah.
And Ziggler's getting in the same boat. Doesn't matter...
Here's the difference between Ryder and Ziggler. Ziggler had the potential to be a main event talent for them, at least on the SmackDown side. Ryder always had the potential to be at least an upper card guy. I don't think he would be there all the time, but he could have at least... There was at least a couple moments where they could have given him that, and then they pulled it out from under him. Ziggler had a chance to be a dude that could draw money as a heel, but they just never they never let him get to that point. Like whoever it is, somebody backstage doesn't see him like that, And the fact that he has this gimmick now, there's no way he came up with this. I can't imagine he came up with this gimmick.
No.
This is somebody backstage that hates him. His contract apparently is up soon. He needs to get the fuck out of WWE, go to Japan, join Bullet Club, whatever he needs to do. He'll be a perfect fit for them. Maybe he can get a character, a little bit of edge, something, because he's done here.
Look at the roster right now on SmackDown too. Like everything Dolph was, you've got in AJ, you've got in Owens, you've got in Rude. Like it's not good for him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Hey, Bomber,
it's his time. Yeah, it's his time.
I want to say something else, Bomber. Remember when I talked about you were like, where the hell is Ty Dillinger? And you were sad he got screwed up his U.S. title shot. And I'm like, don't worry. It'll be cool when they give it to him specifically, and everyone's hopeful for him. And that's literally what happened. Remember that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, so you're allowed to do it, but I'm not. So that's how it works, huh?
Yeah,
predicting this is a specific thing where it could go, and look, it happened. Yes, that's not me saying, oh, shit.
Because he had a pretty decent match.
But it was kind of luck. I'll freely admit that. I'm like, wow, he did it.
Well,
cool,
sure, it was a good match. I mean, first of all, AJ's in there. AJ's not going to have a bad match. I mean, he may not have a great match every time, but he's not going to have a bad match. But yeah,
they did the handshake deal or whatever, and it makes Dillinger look better.
It does. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where they go now, because obviously AJ is going with Baron. But I don't. Dillinger doesn't really have anybody he's going with right now. That was kind of a one-off for the title there.
It's
not a
similar
one-off,
like Sami Zayn and stuff like that. It's like you're also here.
Yeah, Zayn. Yeah, fucking, what's he doing besides like helping kids over?
Tag division. Put those motherfuckers in the tag division.
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like Zayn is going to be similar to a Ziggler, where he always has the tools to get there. The fans, when they do push him properly, the fans react to him. But WWE is just never going to bother giving him a chance.
So let's hop over real quick. Let's talk about No Mercy. First of all, have you guys finally been won over by the Cena and Reigns match? Are you guys excited for the Cena and Reigns match now?
I wasn't here for any of the discussion.
Yeah, I know. Everyone hated it but me. There's a
okay. I would have been with you. That initial promo, I really liked it a lot.
Thank you.
There was only one sentence that I didn't like that made me cringe, was when Cena was like, "Everybody wants to see me do a heel turn." I was like, "Oh, come on, man, that's fucking dumb." Like, let's keep the breaking the fourth wall like a little subtle instead.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody, I want to do a heel turn. It's like, shut the fuck up. But everything else was fantastic, and I've liked all their promos. The only thing that is kind of bad is, man, Roman can't hang with Cena at all when they're going. I mean, like, but I thought maybe I would have said that Cena would get the better of Roman, but I thought Roman would at least be game. I feel like Roman can't even hold like Cena's jock at this point. Like he can't keep up with him, and that it's made Roman look kind of shitty.
That's the problem of
he's gonna be a good heel.
That's the problem of not letting Roman be Roman for years now. Like just giving him scripted promos every week. He that's his crutch. True. I mean that's what he does. And I mean if they had let him organically grow and you know every once in a while fucking fail miserably in front of people so he could actually learn and actually do well and craft his promo style and craft his character, but instead give him a scripted promo and he's saying like suffering succotash or whatever the fuck it was years ago. I mean that's where he still is. He's still at that level.
He has like no experience in this avenue, really.
I maintain that Roman's best promo was when he fucked up Rusev's wedding stuff. Just being a dick, throwing the glasses around, and just basically being a jock at that. Just casual, talking about the cake and stuff. Like that seemed normal and real, and it came off good to me. That was the only one I really liked.
That segment was 14 hours too long.
Agreed, but he came off well in it. It wasn't like, oh, I will do this and then this thing.
Roman's best potential to me is that we talked about this before. There was that triple threat match, and I don't remember who they were fighting. I think it was Lesnar, but there was that moment where Dean and Roman had to like face off. Right? They did away with Lesnar, and it was like they have to fight now. And Roman was like, loser buys the beers. I was like, dude, that guy was cool as fuck. Where's this dude? I want to see that guy. I want to see cool Roman Reigns, not scripted bullshit Roman Reigns. And even though he's come off bad in this feud with Cena, I feel like even though it probably wasn't intentional, I think it'll work as long as he keeps being a dick. 'Cause, I mean, he's a full-blown heel right now. He's 100% heel. It's not going to last.
He has been since the Braun stuff. I keep saying.
It's not going to last though. This is just a temporary thing for sure. But I really enjoy Roman being a heel. I think Cena has been in his A game. Sure. One big annoyance that I'm having is why do they keep giving away all these big giant matches for Cena? Like,
oh yeah, you want to talk about that?
Why the fuck are they giving away Braun Strowman and John Cena on Raw like that?
Well, there wasn't a finish though, at least. So.
Doesn't matter.
No,
it doesn't matter. You don't have them interact with each other until they have their big match. That was just dumb. That was WCW. They were like, oh, we need a really good third quarter rating. Like, let's throw a big match away like that. What
Don't
the
forget,
fuck?
Matt, it was going to be Joe and Cena until Joe bummed his knee out over the weekend.
Yeah,
that was going to happen.
Don't give that shit away for free. Like, they gave away Nakamura and Cena. Then they're at least, I mean, they're in a way they're giving away Reigns and Cena because it's at No Mercy. When I still argue that shit should be at a bigger pay per view.
Oh my god, we already had this argument last week.
Should be at a much bigger pay per view. But I mean that should be a WrestleMania main event.
I agree that part. I agree that part, but I don't agree with like, oh, it's a B pay-per-view. Let's just not have any good matches on it. I disagree with that.
Not the super caliber matches.
They already have the big match. They have Braun and Lesnar. They don't need to throw Cena and Reigns in there too. I mean, I'm fine with it. I'll watch it. I'll enjoy it. But dude, Cena and Reigns specifically, that is a WrestleMania main event passing of the torch match.
I agree.
And they're just gonna give it away on No Mercy. How weird.
They may have different plans for these guys come WrestleMania.
But that's
their shit.
They have different plans, but that's what we mean by giving it away. On Twitter, they'll talk about Braun and the Beast Incarnate, the Monster, and all this stuff. All they say for Cena and Reigns is Cena, Reigns, same ring, Raw, now.
But, I mean, this may be the last time these guys
This is
fight.
it. This is amazing. It might be, but it just seems like it was going to be Joe. Like, it was literally going to be Joe and Cena.
It's just we don't know. We don't know.
We don't know, but I know that this is a bad idea. And if they screw it up and never had it happen, fair enough. That's where we're at.
So time out. You would rather have Cena versus Reigns never happen as opposed to Cena versus Reigns happening at No Mercy. That's what you're saying.
I look at it. Let me put it in a perspective. I would rather not have had Cena and Strowman yet than what we got. So by that logic, yes.
But this is a pay-per-view. That was a Raw. Raws are
it's the match. The match happened. The first ever match. The first ever meeting. Here it is. Here we go. It's gone and thrown away now.
But what are these?
What I mean by that.
What are these secondary pay-per-views other than fucking Raws without fucking interview segments?
I mean, the way they're booking right now, that's true. That's their fault. That's the way they're booking right now because they do throw in a lot of these big matches on Raw. So that is their fault on what they're doing there. But that is a good point.
They don't have. Okay.
Besides Brock.
Here's my only problem with it. So, if the WrestleMania main event is what has been rumored, and I'm fairly confident they're sticking to their guns. If it's Lesnar and Reigns again, and they gave away Cena and Reigns on this shitty nobody gives a fuck about pay-per-view, then that's bullshit. If the WrestleMania main event has changed, and if they're going to give us something better than Reigns and Cena as the WrestleMania main event, then I'm fine with it. That they found something that was better. But if they give us the same old bullshit that we've already seen as a WrestleMania main event when we could have gotten Reigns and Cena, which would have been, it doesn't matter what anybody says. Like, No Mercy is going to be a fun match. It's going to be a fun crowd. But it doesn't compare to the amount of awesome it would have been at WrestleMania. Especially as the WrestleMania main event with like Reigns as the champion versus Cena challenging, that's where I have a problem with it. But again, if they have plans of change and they've got something that's better in mind, cool. I'm fine with that. But just good lord, man, stop giving these Cena dream matches away on forgettable shows. Like no one's gonna remember Cena and Nakamura. No one. No. The only thing people remember is that Cena was dropped on his neck. Yeah, because it was on SmackDown. No one's going to remember. And I will argue, I don't think anybody's going to remember Cena and Reigns at No Mercy. Just because it's No Mercy. There's just nothing they can do about that.
Just because it's No Mercy? That's why?
Yeah.
So you're telling me, so why don't we just do away with all the pay-per-views except for the big four then, is basically what
they want to.
I wish. I wish we could. I wish we could. There's too many pay-per-views.
It's not they don't have a pay-per-view model anymore. Before, It was TV is supposed to build a pay-per-view, so you don't give away the big matches on TV. You build up anticipation on TV for the big pay-per-view matches, but there's no money in pay-per-views anymore. So the only shows that really draw any money anymore are like fucking WrestleMania or the big ones. So No Mercy's really just a network special more than anything else.
And they have scaled back on them. There isn't a SmackDown one in September.
Right.
It's just Raw's No Mercy.
Yeah,
and in October,
like,
it's just Hell in a Cell.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah, it's there's just the one. There's not two. So they even are scaling back now. To what Matt was saying before, too, like, remember when we got Rock and Cena for the title? Because that's where things were building. But everyone knows that Cena and Punk was the way to go after what organically happened. Yep. No, but the plans are this. Like, you are not doing the better thing because of the thing you already had planned. That's where we're kind of coming at it. It's like, this is better, but it's worrying for that. I know it's back and forth on, would I rather see it now? Because I want the match now. I want it now. I want it to happen. Yes, I am definitely on that. So I know it's a bit hypocritical to say I'd rather it not happen or happen, but it just comes off like, why are you doing it here? Like, why is Cena Reigns suddenly a thing? Oh, it's got to come out. I want to fight the big guy. Okay.
Yeah, there's no real excuse.
You could have easily just done that later.
True. I mean, who knows?
And if you don't, you don't. And
he may be out sooner than we think. Who knows? I mean,
I've heard.
I mean,
that.
I mean, it seems like Cena's going through and getting
so
out.
Here's the rumors I've heard. Cena isn't even going to be available for stuff like Survivor Series and that because he's got filming commitments and promotional for a Disney movie. But here's the rumor I read yesterday that he's going to face Undertaker at Survivor Series.
Yeah, so that's what I want. I want to talk about that.
There's a 50-50
I haven't heard that. What?
chance.
Yeah, so
Taker
the rumor
might
is
appear at the upcoming one.
For
SummerSlam,
I remember like everybody was saying that Taker was there, and this has been confirmed. Taker was before the show started. Taker was in the ring bumping around.
Yep.
So it seems why would a retired guy get in the ring and bump around unless he's getting ready for another match? So the rumor is Taker comes in at the end of No Mercy, basically costs Cena the match because Cena was talking shit about him, and at this point I imagine he just respects Roman because Roman beat him at Mania, and then they do Cena and Taker at Survivor Series or Rumble or whatever. Now, so if they prolong. Now, first off, I don't want to see Undertaker come back, by the way.
Horrible.
I think that he's done.
No,
it's horrible. But
if
the reason why they're not going to give us Cena and Reigns at WrestleMania is because Taker wants to do one more match and he wants to end it with Cena, then I can at least understand that logic. Because that's a bigger match than Roman Reigns versus Cena. It's the last big dream match they never did. So I can understand it. But please, for the love of God, Undertaker, you're retired. You're done. Just that was the perfect way to go out, man. You put over the next guy and just stop.
And that's to what we're saying. If they did this and led this all up and said, okay, so the next pay-per-view is going to have Cena and Undertaker, here we go, Hell in a Cell. No, that's not a Hell in a Cell match. That's a Mania match. That's what we're trying to say about Cena and Roman.
Please, Undertaker, please, Mr. Mark Calloway, have more honor than fucking Shawn Michaels. Don't be the guy who came back. Don't let Shawn Michaels get one up on you because that would just be repulsive.
It's to go out on a highlight because he didn't like.
Really. Yeah, he probably didn't like his performance again. Which I mean, most of us said it wasn't a very good match with Reigns. It started good, but it did falter. There was a lot of botched stuff. It just didn't look very good. And he strikes me as the kind of guy that when he doesn't have a good match, he wants to fix it. And so maybe that's what's going on. He's like, well, I can have one good match with Cena, call it a career, and officially walk off. That's why I think that if they're going to wrestle, they're probably going to wrestle at Survivor Series.
Because that's where he came in.
That's where he started. He's like, well, this is where I'm going to end. You're the last person I want to have a match with.
Christ, it's Houston. That's like his hometown area too, right, in Texas?
I don't know. That all sounds kind of shitty.
If he was ever going to come back for just to finish it off the way that he wanted to, Cena's the best possible outcome. I don't want him to still, but I can accept it because the thing with Reigns is Undertaker was in there trying to like jump around like a young man. But with Cena, they're not going to have to jump around. You're going to have a Hogan Rock type thing where they're not going to have to do much. They're just going to punch, Just tell a story from a psychological standpoint. It's going to be pretty easy on both of them, and then I guess Taker can get on the mic and officially say, I started here, I ended here. Thank you.
If I could see him coming in saying leading up to it as this is a retirement match, or Cena making it happen that way. Like something happens like this is it, win, lose or draw, you're done.
I think
I'm
Taker
getting rid of you.
I would prefer Taker to say that. You're my only loose end.
But I'll be very surprised by all of this. I feel like if anybody respects the business the most, it's got to be Undertaker. And I feel like the way he ended things at WrestleMania when he put his coat down, his hat down, his gloves down, and walked off. Maybe he
comes back and faces Cena as Biker Taker.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
no.
I actually was thinking, I'm thinking that's the only way this could happen, and none of that's good.
So what I heard is there's a 50-50 shot on this. The same people who were reporting the Goldberg-Lesnar situation last year gave that a 10%. So this is 5 times more likely to happen than that did.
He was in the ring before the show started.
Who
confirmed
knows? We don't know what that was.
Trading.
With who?
The first time you would have seen Cena too, so it all could have been leading from that.
He doesn't have to go to a WWE ring to train at a pay-per-view. He could do that anywhere.
Nobody does if he's going to go talk to Vince and Cena and say, let's make this happen.
I don't know.
I think he was maybe making a statement. I mean, this is all obviously we don't know, but I think he was basically showing Vince, look, I can still go. Let me still go. Because it strikes me with that whole WrestleMania thing, it strikes me like that was a Vince decision. Vince was like, you're done. Obviously, you're not in the shape you used to be. Let's call it here. Put Roman over, and he's right. But Taker is if anybody can force Vince to let him have one more match, it's going to be the Undertaker. If he says he wants it, he's going to get it.
Yeah.
Just no Biker Taker, please.
No.
Please.
It goes back to what Cena even said about with Miz. Like, if I had my way, I wouldn't be fighting you at WrestleMania. I'd be fighting the Undertaker. Yeah. It all goes back to that. So
I don't want JR to come back and call this match and go, it's Booger Red. Booger Red's out there. OJ's house.
Yeah. I can't buy it, guys. If it happens, it happens. I can't buy it though.
Why can't you buy it?
I can easily see it. I don't want.
He has so much respect for this.
And I want to, but I don't want to. I'm like, no, it was perfect. We should never see the Undertaker again ever.
I agree.
Period.
Until Hall of Fame ceremony 10 years from now.
It's gonna happen.
Cena is the perfect one. Again, Cena is the only loose end, in my opinion, on the Undertaker career.
Well, what about Sting? Sting was like everybody wanted that match too.
They never went down that road, so they can't go down that road.
Taker should have wrestled. It would have been cool, but I'm not sitting here going, what if? Oh God. Like Cena and Undertaker was always the match that they were gonna do, and something either happened or somebody got hurt. So it's the one thing where you look back on Taker's entire run and you're like, why the fuck didn't they ever do that? So I can understand where, especially Survivor Series, it could make a lot of sense, even from his character standpoint. If he just gets on the mic and says, "This is the final match for me. I never said the last one was, and you're the only other person that I've never gotten in the ring with on a proper level, on a big scale." So I could see them doing it, and I'm not going to be upset if they do it. I just would prefer that they don't.
I mean, we'll see. If it happens, it happens. If it happens, we'll see soon enough, I guess.
No, it's.
I think at a Survivor Series with a big enough spectacle, it could be pretty great.
I mean, we'll see.
That's the right environment for that kind of thing.
We'll see.
I think done right, and these guys could do it right.
Biscuit.
Callous.
Well, let's talk about something real quick that we know is going to be fucking great, and that's the main event at No Mercy. Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman.
Absolutely.
It's going to be fucking fantastic. I don't care what anybody says. This is going to be a great fucking match.
I think Matt's already hard because you mentioned Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
I want Lesnar to lose, but I know he won't.
No, I'm going with Braun on this one.
I mean, this is a tough one here. I was very adamant about Brock winning at SummerSlam, but this one is a toss-up, though.
I think it's Braun's time.
It could very well be, man.
I think it's happening.
I think it was Joe's time at one point, and it was Braun's time now, but that doesn't... They're so fucking dead set on Roman being the guy to take him down at WrestleMania that I feel like he's just gonna hold it till Mania.
He could.
No, well, he might, but I'm picking Braun, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, I mean, I have not decided yet. This is gonna be a really fucking tough one, but I'm leaning toward Braun. I mean,
mean, the right thing to do is have Braun beat Lesnar here after a really good match. Have him beat him clean, just to make sure that Braun looks like the monster, and then do the rematch at Royal Rumble. Give the belt back to Lesnar, and then Vince can get his hard-on Roman moment where Roman beats Lesnar at Mania.
And it was super great seeing Braun be the champion during that whole time, like Owens and Styles were. So it'll work out.
It just the only thing that's got me worried is how like scared Brock is. Like he's not scared, but you know what I mean. Like, oh shit, I'm fucked. Like kind of look like that.
Yeah.
He does not get with really anybody else, and how he got dominated on Raw. He got slammed down. He got Braun held the title up over his head and everything. That's kind of got me worried by the direction they're going. That's like kind of too obvious that he's going to have. It's building up where Brock is going to have to be the guy to overcome Strowman, which is the crazy thing to think about. But man, I don't know. That's the one thing that's got me worried. That's on the fence. But man, I feel like it is time for Braun.
No, Braun's probably the best babyface they have on the roster.
He is. It's time. It's like I remember talking shit about Braun Strowman a long time ago when when he was super green and everyone was talking about Strowman versus Undertaker on the show. I talked so much shit about Strowman.
Yep.
And
Matt knew.
At that point in time, I was definitely still right at that point in time. But man, he is now ready. He's ready now.
Yep, I agree. I apologize, Mr. Strowman, but you were fucking terrible for the first 6 months you were in the company, and now you are fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's time. They've done a great job.
He is the chair-throwing champion of WWE.
Yeah.
So who does... Here's the only thing I am a little, like, mixed on. Who the fuck does Braun feud with going forward? Like, Joe? Would Joe be the one that they would, when he comes back from his injury? Are they, like, who could he possibly feud with after he beats Lesnar? That's the only thing I'm a little hazy on, because I don't know what they could do. They can't do him and Roman again, because they've already done that to death. They have to wait a little bit. Give it some time to breathe.
Yeah,
they could do that. Don't worry.
Well, first of all, I would hope that they would give Brock a rematch, at least one, building that back up.
I think he's gone after this, because they've been using him a lot, and he only has so many dates.
I've heard after this, he's not back till after the New Year.
I would say, like, Rumble, yeah. It's going to be a while.
I don't know. That'd be. Oh man, I just had a crazy idea. That'd be just like brought like he's gone. He loses, comes back, surprise entrant in the Rumble, winner, boom, got it. That'd be good stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's always, you're not gonna like this idea. I mean, there's Bray Wyatt. I mean, he could get the win over Finn Balor. They could do their.
Bray Wyatt seems the big obvious one. Absolutely.
No, god damn.
No, easy win over Bray. Yeah, it's a waste of a month.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. It kind of sounded like Chris Jericho, even though I was trying to do Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really know what that is.
Yeah, Jericho would be good.
You could Wyatt, man. If they ever needed somebody to be traded to SmackDown to help them out, it's Bray Wyatt needs to go to SmackDown.
Yeah, he would do good.
SmackDown.
He would do good.
No, I could easily see him being with Strowman.
But that means he has to beat Balor at No Mercy, though.
I think Balor and Strowman would be a lot of fun.
Oh, sure,
that would be fantastic.
It just wouldn't make sense yet.
Goliath versus, like, little guy. Oh, David Goliath all the way. I'm up for that.
That would be great. Yeah.
And it works with Balor never getting his chance at the title. So.
Yeah. I mean, they have that. I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to cash in on that, but goddamn, the guy has not got his chance, and it was over a year ago. So, I mean, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like, because I blew my nose when you were saying that, it sounded like, those guys are going to fuck.
That's exactly what I said. Braun Strowman is just going to just manhandle Balor.
If there was a legit porno that leaked out of Braun Strowman and Finn Balor and like a hardcore 25-minute porno, would you, like, I know for a fact that I would have to watch it.
No, I would not. I would not.
Matt, I have one condition.
Okay.
It needs the face paint.
Okay, yes. And I'm going to tell you this, by the end of it, Braun Strowman's going to be covered in more than just Finn Balor's face paint.
Oh my god.
No, but you know what he says? I'm not finished with you, Finn.
Yeah, he comes on Finn's back, he turns around and goes, I'm not finished with you yet, and he jizzes on his chest.
This is the fucking worst thing I've ever heard.
And that's how Finn gets the teeth for the demon paint.
Oh,
yeah, I only want to see this if Xavier Woods is in it as well.
No, you guys are fucking horrible. Wow.
Reveal that every time that Finn's the demon, he just goes into the stall with Strowman and just.
Oh God. But yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, no, it's gonna be a good match.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fantastic match. The porn will probably be pretty epic as well.
There's gonna be a lot of bear hugs in this match.
There will be some bear hugs. But they've all the other matches. They're probably gonna be okay. Nothing really to write home about. It doesn't look like. I think the tag match is gonna be good. The 4-way match is gonna be whatever.
Like I said,
Dude, Ambrose and Rollins are really fun together, but they need to move on to something else.
This will be. I think this is their final thing with Cesaro and Sheamus. I don't know what that means for them, but
man, dude, the Hardys are. Why are they still a thing, man? I stand by every week. I want to see them not be a thing even more. Like Jeff is the star. Like it's so obvious too. Like when you see them out there together, Jeff Hardy has main event talent written all over him. He's just got that. It helps that they pushed him there once already, but like you see him and you go like, dude, he should be on SmackDown right now as one of the main event dudes, like killing it with Styles, having all these really fun matches, but he's stuck with old man Matt doing nothing.
They even said Matt's acting really erratic as of late.
So. I'm done with it. I don't want awoken Matt. I don't want broken Matt. I don't want any Matt. I'm done with it. Put him back on the indie scene so you can make some money doing the stupid gimmick. I'm done with it. I'm done with him. I'm sorry. The boat has sailed. Jeff Hardy is money, and Matt Hardy is...
I reluctantly agree because I'm like, they kind of got fucked over by Impact. Anthem.
They lost their opportunity.
There could have been some cool shit in there, but
it should have happened the moment they lost the tag titles. The moment they lost it, that's when Matt snapped.
True.
Brought the character out. Would have been perfect timing, but it's too late now. Nobody cares. It's way too late.
Yeah. There's nothing else to say about that. It's 100%. I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
Yep. But whether or not they do it, we'll see.
That's fine, though. The Hardys are still the best tag team as voted by us.
That's true, as voted by us. And by the way, guys, I just looked. We haven't done a best in the business in 3 months. We need to fucking...
Go me the test one.
You keep talking about the goddamn test one. You haven't given us any matches to watch.
Between the best in the business, best test matches of all time.
We've got three lined up here.
We do have a bunch lined up. It's just a matter of like getting people on to do them. But we have
Test in the Business, Halloween Havoc, and WCW theme songs.
We got to get on the Halloween Havoc one because
everybody
mid-September.
Yeah, everybody out there listening, we're gonna do a best in the best episode, or best in the business episode on. It's gonna pop up on Halloween, October 31st, and we are
perfect for test matches.
No, God damn it, no, we are
He's
going
a
to be
ghost now.
I hate you so bad. You're the worst. That's true though. We're gonna be doing Halloween Havoc main events the same way we did the WrestleMania main events. We're going to be breaking down all 12 tournament form and pick the best main event from Halloween Havoc. I've already finished. Lee, did you finish? I saw you commenting on the stuff. Did you finish watching them?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
my God,
man.
This is going to be a chore.
It's a train wreck. It's going to be fun.
I'll jump in on it.
Good.
Good. I'll start.
They don't take long. Trust me. There's the last two main events are maybe a total of 5 minutes between the two. So, and there's only 12.
They're all on Daily Motion. So, people out there listening, just look up Halloween Havoc on Wikipedia, get all the main events, and then just search them out on Daily Motion because they're all on there.
Right? Oh, they have all WCW.
Oh, it's on the network. Yeah, I watched them on the network. But if you don't have,
I don't have the network.
Yeah, you guys are in Canada land or whatever. But you guys still don't have the network in Canada? Is that real?
No, we have it. I just won't pay for it. I'm not paying paying WWE a fucking red cent.
No. Fuck them. I refuse to pay $12.99 a month on top of $60 a month to my cable provider just to be able to get the network.
Yeah, that sounds.
You need to have cable TV
that's weird.
to get the network. That's the 10-year agreement they signed with Rogers in Canada.
Okay, so yeah,
10 years.
I just paid $9.99 or whatever it is a month.
Yeah. So does everybody else in the world. Yeah, Venezuela does it. South Africa does it. But Canadians, we gotta do bullshit.
I'm sorry about
that. Deal, bro.
But we do have some of those that we need to do, and they're going to be a lot of fun. But I guess for now, that's pretty good. I'm just really excited. I'm happy for the show coming up. I want to see Cena and Reigns. I want to see Lesnar and Strowman. So I'm pretty excited, but that's about it. 2-match pay-per-view probably.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody in JRPL, you're gonna have your picks in. It's gonna be
Randy
coming up
Orton's
soon.
going to do it this time. Randy Orton's
No,
going to
he's
show
not.
up.
He ain't fucking showing up. He's done. I've wrote him off already.
You banned him.
No, I haven't banned him, but yeah, he's not gonna show up. What are you talking about? We've gave that guy plenty of opportunities. But
That's his whole gimmick. Come on.
yep. Look at him in the chat. Will I? No. All right, guys. I think that's it. Let's get the hell out of here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in 2 weeks, probably talking about how awesome the No Mercy was. Right?
Yeah,
you guys are all gonna
We'll
shit
be
on it,
doing
and
that.
I'll be like, it was good.
Yeah, I think. Well, it's going to be a two-match show, but I think it's
Yeah.
going to be
The
fantastic.
tag
Yeah, I
title
think
match will be
it's going to be
decent.
fun.
The women's title match will be all right.
Yeah.
Finn will be doing stuff. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, we know what Finn's doing.
Yeah.
Braun, I gotta go and be the demon again. Let's go to the bathroom stall so you can cover me in your pot of gold.
When did he turn Indian? That was like an Indian
that's
leprechaun
smart.
kind of.
I got the Irish out of that. It's good. It's good.
It's a gimmick change. Vince told me ahead of time that
Okay.
he's gonna come out dressed like Sanjay Dutt.
Oh God, that's don't bring
Sanjay Balor.
don't
No.
bring
It's
CZW
Jinder Mahal.
legend.
Finder Mahal. Yes.
Finder Mahal. I like Finder Mahal.
Finder
yeah.
Mahal's good. Finder Mahal is good.
That
but,
should be
yeah.
the title of the episode, by the way. Finder Mahal.
Finder
Saying
Mahal. There you go.
Or
Braun
Braun
Finger Mahal.
Strowman covers Finn Balor with his jizz. That's a better
True. That may all
A
be a
or
little
B,
too
take your
long, but
Or,
yeah, we'll see.
or Test is a ghost.
Ghost test.
Ghost Test.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, that's it. We're out of here. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Goodbye.